1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We've been to Graceland a couple of times, and this has some things we haven't seen before, and we enjoy Elvis a lot. And we've raised our kids to kind of enjoy Elvis too.
It's the King's Ransom. Today, the King of Rock and Roll continues to generate excitement.
You come through the King's Ransom, it's taking you through a journey through Elvis's life, from the very first rifle that his mom and dad bought him when he was a little boy, all the way up until the last Bible that he had by his bedside the night he passed away. So basically it's taking you through a whole journey of the personal side of Elvis.
The King's Ransom is sure to increase attendance and boost merchandise sales thanks to a sensational ability to attract media attention.
Well, it's a King's Ransom for Elvis fans in the Mid-South today. All this Elvis week, several items from Presley's life are on display at the Airport Inn on Brooks Road.
It's the King's Ransom.
This one collection that's showing here this Elvis week has even caught the attention of one of Elvis's former bodyguards.
As kingly collections go, this one caught the eye of one of Elvis's former bodyguards. I'm talking about Sonny West.
Golly, there's a lot of favorite pieces in here. This is a wonderful display that they've got. It's taken them 25 years or better to collect this.
It's called the King's Ransom, and you can check out this private collection of things formerly owned by Elvis.
It's the King's Ransom.
This case here has got some information and pictures and everything about when Elvis passed away, but what I'd like to concentrate here is on his Bible. He read the Bible a lot. It was one of his favorite books. He said there's some great stories in there. That's his personal Bible. Got his name, Elvis Aaron Presley, on it, but it's really beautiful.
It's the King's Ransom.
It's nice because when I visited Graceland in 1977 in June, before his death, you couldn't get into Graceland, but I haven't been back since. So it's nice to see some of his mementos.
Every piece here has a distinct history, and it's actually half the fun is the hunt to try to track some of these items down, and we feel like we're preserving history to a degree because these things, a lot of times we find them and they're just sitting in people's closets, and the stories behind these things are incredible, and it tells the story of Elvis's life all the way through, from the very beginning all the way to the very end, and we're really proud to have a lot of the things we have in our collection, and proud to be able to share with you today.
It's wonderful. It's really a lot of different pieces, a lot of variety. It's just neat to see.
An interesting story about this. This is this lady right here in this picture. Her name is June Wilbanks, and I tracked her down. She was in the newspaper wearing Elvis's uniform top from the Army with Presley on it. And she was actually at the troop train, and Elvis kissed her before she went into the military. So she was in the service? No, actually, the train was leaving. All the girls had gathered around to say goodbye to Elvis as he went off. And she was one of the girls that was there. And Elvis saw her, liked her, gave her a kiss, and the newspaper took it. It was a famous photograph. Her uncle is a chaplain in the military, so she was over in Germany at the same time Elvis was. So Elvis invited her to stay with him for a couple of months while he was in Europe. And while he was there, he gave her this bolo tie, and there's another photograph of her. Signed that photograph to her, to Janie, little Janie, the best to a real swell little girl, and you notice he spelled girl with 3 R's. PP. And he also gave her this brown shirt that's over in this other case. You'll see that in a few minutes. It's a 50s shirt. She was sitting there freezing because Elvis had his house like an icebox.
The most comprehensive, most well put together, and with dignity and respect, and gives you a really good idea of what Elvis is about. It's beautifully done. beautifully done. People love it. Everybody's saying it.
The authenticity of these items is very important to us, and we do a lot of research to try to track down a lot of these items, and we want to make sure that everything we have is 100% authentic.
That's what's great too. When people come in, they look at these items, they're not just looking at an item, they're reading the story behind it, and they're learning a little bit more about the personal side of Elvis.
Bring the excitement of the King himself to your next event. This museum-quality exhibit can be set up at your location. It's easy to host the King's Ransom, and we invite you to collaborate with our team to create a special exhibit package that's unique for you. Generate attendance, generate excitement, generate fun. Put the magic of the King of Rock and Roll to work for you with the King's Ransom.